There's 3 or 4 things that I have learned the hard way. And lessons you learn the hard way, you never forget. And maybe the most important thing I'm going to say is that if you don't like what you do, you are going to be terrible at it. So if you're in a practice and you don't like the work, you don't like the court you go to, you don't like the people on the other side of the case, you don't like the subject matter, if any of those really irritate you, you don't just quit, because that doesn't work, but you say, I'm going to find a niche that I like better. Go do a case with somebody else, because if you're unhappy, you will not take any happiness home with you, and you probably won't take much cash. If you do what you love, money, happiness, and success will follow, and money doesn't have to be part of that equation to be happy. And at the end of the day, you want to be that person. If you really like it, you will always get better at it, and people respect you because they will see. Everybody, the word passion's overused. They will see that you like what you do and you seem really committed to it and you believe it. Now, criminal lawyers are really good at making it sound like they believe in their client's innocence. That's not what I mean. I mean, you really feel sincerely that you love that kind of law. If you don't know what you're doing on something and you research it and you still aren't sure, don't just strike out and do it. Find somebody, grab them, and say, you've done this before, you don't know me, you owe me nothing, but I need your help. Because nowadays, the number of lawyers coming out of law school who hang out their shingle is about 100 times as high as it was when I came out of law school. We all had firms to work in, companies to work for, but nowadays, if you have a laptop, or a tablet, or an internet portal, and a cell phone, and Wi-Fi, you can practice law. The problem with that is you can't practice law well because you don't have anybody mentoring you, teaching you, guiding you. So there are sources of mentoring you must find as a younger lawyer. The best source is a lawyer who doesn't find you too offensive or smelly and who will sit with you and help you. Maybe it's a friend's friend, maybe it's somebody who feels, I was mentored, I'll help them. In this day and age, in the digital age, there's this great secondary source of help. It's like your own law firm. It's called a listserv. And young lawyers all use it. I'm on the Wisconsin Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers listserv. I have never seen a greater resource to a lawyer in my life. When I worked at a 1,000-lawyer firm in Chicago, I couldn't get anybody to help me because they all had their own clients to bill. I had to do it myself and hope I find a brief. But we have this collection in the defense bar, and they have it in the family court bar, and they have it in the others, where there are 200 or 300 or 400 lawyers of varying skills and experiences all over the state. And you might post a question at 11 o'clock on a Friday night, and on Saturday morning you wake up and some old guy who can't sleep after 4 in the morning has given you a brief on the subject. And it's free. Why? Because they're trying to mentor you, because they don't want you to look like an idiot, which then rubs off on them as part of the same defense bar. So I know it sounds insulting. I'm not being trite, I'm being serious. The sources of mentoring right now pretty much are 2. A lawyer who's done it before, and you got to be careful not to wear out your welcome. And the resource known as a listserv, which I think is the new law firm.